everybody. Hi, Jim. I'm actually going to try and paint that bumper today. I really am. I have to go get some paint supplies, so I'm going to do that right now. But first, I'm going to have a couple paintings I have to do some clear varnish on. It was a cocktail pet painting party where everybody drank beers and wine and did paintings of their pets. So they've got like maybe, I don't know, hour, 45 minutes maybe in each one. So they're just silly cat paintings. Anyway, on with the automotive painting. But first, the new registration came, so I get to put on the new sticker. So I've had a couple of these stolen over the years, and the state of California charges like $20 to replace it. So when I put them on, I always take a razor blade and very carefully cut a square pattern. And that way, that creepy bastard that wants to steal my sticker can't peel it off all in one piece. Yeah, take that, thieves. There. Now you can't steal it. I don't know what the hell happened to my workbench. I was ready to paint the bumper just 2 days ago, and already it's a disaster, so. But I'll clean it up real quick. Well, you can see I have precariously balanced the bumper on a couple of boxes there to get all the edges up off of the new tablecloth I put down. I also got rid of one of my tables so I could easily walk all the way around the bumper while I'm working on the paint. Anybody that might be concerned, you shouldn't be. I make sure that the cats and dogs are all out of the garage before I spray any paint. Can you believe this little thing? She weighs almost 40 pounds now, and she's not 4 months. She won't be 4 months till June 10th. She's been putting on almost a pound a day for the last couple of weeks, so no wonder she's tired growing all so fast. So next I'm going to go over it again, dry, very, very lightly with some 1200 grit, and then I'm going to go over it with a tack cloth, and then I'm going to put a second coat, a base coat on. I know this seems like it's really taken a long time. I just saw a video this weekend where Tavares rebuilt a whole damn Toyota Supra in 4 days. And I've got over a week into trying to just paint this bumper, so sorry about that. Anyway, here we go. Okay, it's looking pretty good. The metallic over here, you can see it's a little blotchy. So I'm going to go ahead and do another coat and try to mist this a little better to make the metallic a little smoother. It's pretty nice and even on the other end, but this end it's just a little bit blotchy. So another coat. This is a water-based, waterborne base coat. So it dries fairly quickly. I can recoat it without worrying about, like you had to used to worry about recoating stuff and lifting with the old solvent-based stuff. But not with this water-based. So I'm going to go ahead and recoat it, and then I'm going to have to wait probably for about maybe an hour for that next coat to completely dry, and then we'll be able to clear coat it today, it looks like. All right. So while that dries, I should tell you a little more about the water-based paint. I have a fan over in the corner that I turn it off when I'm actually spraying the paint, and then I turn it on afterwards to help the paint dry, so you keep the air moving across it so the water can evaporate more easily. This water-based paint is actually pretty neat. I read about it a little bit before I decided to use it, and it goes on much thinner than the old paints that I'm used to. Haven't painted in like 40 years. I used to spray acrylic lacquers and acrylic enamels when I was a kid, and this stuff is completely different, and apparently it goes on much thinner. When the water evaporates away, it leaves a lot thinner layer, and that makes it where you don't have to use nearly as much clear if you're doing custom paint work, flames or pinstripes or anything like that. And I found that kind of appealing. Maybe we'll have to do some custom paint work with water-based paint one of these days. Speaking of clear, this is the stuff we're going to be using. It's a two-part. Comes with a little thingy in the top that you pull out and pop into the bottom when you want it to mix together. And then once that happens, it's only got a pot life of about 48 hours. This bumper is looking pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. The metallic is all fairly even. This thing really changed color a lot as it dried. It was amazing. I guess I should have shown a little bit more of that. But it looks pretty good, and I think I'm going to go over it again. It's been about an hour, so the paint is dry. I'm going to go over it again with tack cloth real lightly to make sure any dust that's settled will be gone before I start our clear coat, and then I'm going to clear. Hey, look at that shine. This is just the first coat, and I recommend putting on 2 to 3. I'm going to do 2 because it seems like one whole can is pretty much one good coat on the bumper. But I'm going to prematurely call this a win, unless I do something really stupid or something crazy bad happens. This thing looks really good. It's way better than it used to be. So definitely a win, unless of course when I go to put it on the car, it's like the wrong color, it doesn't match, or if anything, I'm thinking the biggest problem is going to be that the rest of the car is nowhere nearly as shiny as this. And this is only the first coat, so yeah, that may be the biggest problem. The bumper looks really good. If I really look for it, I can still find where I did the repair here. I'm trying to look at it here from where it'll normally be seen when it's on the car. And so from the upper perspective like this, I really can't see it. I have to get down to where, way down low, where no one will ever be looking at the car from this angle, unless it's on a, rolling across a Barrett-Jackson auction stage, and that'll never happen with this car. But if I'm down low, I can kind of still see where that repair was. Well, there it is. Absolutely remarkably nice. It's amazing to think that you can get this kind of level of automotive paint. I mean, out of a rattle can, sure, they were expensive. Those cans were, I think, geez, they were like 20 bucks a piece or something like that. So it wasn't cheap to buy the supplies, but the results are pretty remarkable. I'm extremely encouraged by this. The back of the 650, the back bumper on the 650i has some very serious problem. Really bad clear coat on the back bumper. You can see it's just blistering and just continues to fall off more and more and more, pretty much across the whole top of the back bumper. So I'm very encouraged by the way that this Z4 bumper has come out. Man, that's just really nice. I think I might even have to graduate to a spray gun and actually buying the paint and mixing it and spraying it out of a gun like a real person should. Because this is really kind of fun, and I like it when stuff comes out good like this. So, and I can still even make it smoother by color sanding it and buffing it and all of that stuff. I think. I mean, I haven't really looked into that part of this process yet, but it sure does look good. I'm really happy, and damn, yeah. Thank you, PPG. It looks really good. I'm so happy. So one of the takeaways from this is the clear coat. When you pull the little red thing off the top and stick it on the bottom, you gotta really push on it pretty hard before it'll finally go snap-o and sink in. So just keep that in mind if you haven't done it before. You gotta push that thing in real hard, a lot harder than I was expecting. And secondly, boy, be sure and wear a proper ventilation mask, a respirator, because there's some nasty stuff in that clear coat. Don't ever just do clear coat with a little paper mask or anything like that. Be sure to use the right kind of mask. Most recommendations say I should probably wait 24 hours before I mess around with it now. I'm probably not going to wait that long. I'm going to probably start putting it together tomorrow morning, and hopefully I can put it on the car tomorrow. And if I can, I'll probably show you. Thanks for watching.